Hey, sister pastors, lady ministers, evangelists, staff wives, whatever. I want to say hello to you today from Georgia. It's Saturday, and we all know what Saturday means. Saturday means Sunday is tomorrow. Uh, and Sunday to some people just means, I hate that stupid song, Easy Like Sunday Morning. Shut up, Lionel Richie. You don't know what you're talking about. There's nothing easy about Sunday morning for us. Today is a day of preparation, whether it's getting your clothes ready, doing laundry, cleaning your house, getting your kids ready for school for Monday, dealing with all kinds of stuff. Maybe you have football games and basketball games and practices and soccer and all of that. Maybe you're at baby showers today and having people over for dinner. I don't know. But I do know that one thing, no matter what is going on with you today, somewhere in the back of your mind is, what are you going to do tomorrow, Lord? So I just want to encourage you, for those of you who are going through difficulties, I want you to know that the Lord is about to speak a season of peace into your life. You might be facing everything from health issues to marital issues to emotional issues. Your children may be giving you problems. Somebody in your church may be giving you problems. One of my staff wives says, when you have a staph issue, you have a staph infection. Maybe you have a staph infection and your staph is giving you problems, or giving your husband problems. Or it could be the complete opposite. You could be having open heaven services where the glory of God is there and you're seeing signs and wonders, and you're seeing angels, and you're seeing the glory cloud and gold dust and people falling out, or people being miraculously healed, or worship just going to a new level. Whatever it is, whatever you're facing, good or bad, I want to encourage you today. Isaiah 54 is what I've been reading all week, and that's kind of what I feel like I'm supposed to share with you. I've been reading Isaiah 54 and Isaiah 55. But Isaiah 55 says this, and we know that one because it says in verse 8 that God's thoughts are higher than our thoughts and his ways are higher than our ways. We know that part. We know that where it says he sends out his word and it won't return void. But in verse 5, in New Living Translation, it says this: you will command nations you do not know, and people unknown to you will come running to obey, because I, the Lord your God, the Holy One of Israel, have made you glorious. I want you to know, take that promise, take it as a promise from the Lord, that he is the one that will bring glory to your house, whether it is your physical house that you're sitting in like I am in mine right now, or we're talking about his house, the house that you are shepherd over, that he is going to send his glory. He's going to send his magnificent presence, and people that you do not know are going to come running to you. I feel a little bit like there might be people that you do know that might run away, and that's okay, because he needs to clean out some things to make some things new and for you to have a new beginning. But I want you to know that it also says at the end of that verse, it says, or at the end of that chapter, it says that you will go out with joy, being led by peace. That means that you're not going to stay in this season of the same old, same old. You're not going to stay in this season of fight. You're not going to stay in this season of difficulty. You are going to go out with joy. The joy of the Lord is our strength, being led by peace. Peace, the Prince of Peace, is going to pave the way, going to make the way clear for you. Understand that. You might have been, and maybe right in the middle of a difficult fight right now, difficult season, whatever it is, even whether it's internal or external. I want you to know that the Prince of Peace is paving the way. He's sending his peace out before you. The angels of peace are going out before you, and you're going to go out hand in hand, arm in arm with joy. But Isaiah 54 says this. It says that it's a perpetual covenant of peace. And you, those of you who have difficulties, maybe you have spiritual or natural children who are prodigals right now, that you don't know what's going on. They may have betrayed you. They may have walked away from you. They may have walked away from the Lord, and you're broken about it. But in verse 13 of Isaiah 54, it says, your children will be taught of the Lord, and great will be the peace of your children. The earlier verses in Isaiah 54 say that those of you who are barren, those of you who have had difficulties, those of you who haven't birthed anything in a while, you need to start adding additions, honey. You need to start extending your tent pegs, getting everything expanded, because a harvest is coming into your house. A harvest is coming into your natural home and to your church home, to your spiritual home. And then it also says that in the bottom half of chapter 54, that enemies may come in, but the Lord said, know that I didn't send them. So I am going to help them scatter. They will have to leave you. They will have to leave you alone. In West Memphis, in my West Memphis talk, it means your enemies better watch their back, because the God of angel armies is on his way out to take them out and to fight for you. The second thing I want to tell you is that about a week and a half ago, I've been teaching on angels, and it's closing up a teaching on spiritual warfare in my Sunday morning discipleship class or Sunday school class, whatever you call it. And I was speaking with some staff members about angels Thursday a week ago, and I got in my car and I was listening to worship music. Jason Upton, I was listening to him, and the Lord released in my spirit. He said, I have released the host. And what that means to me, and I immediately saw a picture in my mind, or a vision of us laying out on like a grassy area. Here in where I live in Gwinnett County, Georgia, there's a beautiful mountain called Stone Mountain, and they have a laser light show there in the evenings, all throughout the summer and then on the weekends. And what people do is they come and they bring their chairs or they bring their blankets and they lay back and they're watching this laser show, this beautiful thing in the sky. And that's what I saw for us. The Lord said, I've released the host. Rest. If his yoke is easy and his burden is light, then why should we be in a constant fight? I didn't say be lazy. I didn't say difficulties would not come. Jesus said that tribulations are going to come. You're going to experience trials and tribulations and difficult things in your life, but be of good cheer, for I have overcome the world, is what he says. Listen to what it says in the Amplified Version. It says, I have stripped it of its ability to harm you. I know I say that all the time and when I do YouTube teachings, but I don't care. We need to be reminded of that not only can the enemy not touch you, God has stripped him of his ability to harm you. When Jesus said it is finished, after he went down, he died and he goes to hell, he takes the keys of authority. Colossians tells us that he marched the enemy in a shame parade. A shame parade. He stripped him of the authority that he has. It never, ever, ever says anywhere in the word that he gave that authority back. If you can find it, you let me know. But the only way that the enemy has authority in our lives, the only way that we are sitting in these fights that are exhausting us spiritually, exhausting us physically, and I'm talking to myself right now, is because we have somehow given the enemy some authority back. When Jesus stripped him of his authority, he never got it back. So today we stand in the authority, and I understand that the word tells us we're not wrestling against flesh and blood, and we do have to take on the whole armor of God. We have responsibility in this. I didn't say that the Lord said we can just lay back and be lazy. But what I am trying to tell you is that the Lord is speaking through me prophetically right now that you are about to go through a perpetual season of peace. Those of you experiencing revival-like services and outpourings at your church, do not let the enemy lie to you and say that it has to be over in 6 weeks. Do not let him lie to you that say when the evangelist leaves or the songs change or people get tired that it's over. We are living in the end times. You watch the news and you see it. God is saying that he is pouring his spirit out on all flesh, that we are going to be having dreams and visions and prophetic words coming forth even from our children. I want you to know that the hosts have been released, and where there is angelic help, you have to receive it. You have to say, I receive this. You have to say, I'm going to let these angels come in and fight along with me. then our responsibility comes to this. It comes to being obedient to the voice of the Lord. It comes to being a worshiper in the face of all hell breaking loose in your life. You worship, you worship, you worship. You focus where you're supposed to, so your enemies have to be scattered and confused. Whatever it is that you're going through right now, the Lord is speaking a perpetual season of peace. And I want to say that to you, that it's over. Your difficulties, your times of constant difficulties are over. And you can live in a perpetual season of peace. And when the enemy tries to come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord is going to raise up that standard, that wall, to stop that flood of water, that flood from drowning you. You may face difficult things, but be of good cheer, because he has overcome the world. He has stripped the enemy of his ability to harm you. And you can live in peace. Your house can live in peace. Everything in your life can live in a perpetual time of peace. And that is what I'm speaking over you, praying over you. I hope you have a great service tomorrow. Don't get too tired. Take a nap. Take a nap, honey. Go lay down. Don't feel lazy. I love you all. Have great services tomorrow. Bye-bye.